name is Matiss. I come from Latvia, Liepāja. I was born in 1999. My mother gave me up at birth, so I have spent 16 years of my life as an orphan. First 3 years of my life I was in a foster home for infants. When I turned 3, I was transferred to Liepāja's orphanage. When we pulled up at the orphanage, it was a big building, a 3-story house. I saw a lot of kids running around, being happy. I was thinking, why they're so happy? Don't they miss their families? Because I do. But I was sitting in the grass and watching them, but I was waiting for my family to come and pick me up. I was waiting days and days, but they never came. So then one day, one kid walked to me and said, "You want to come play ball with us or do something?" And I told him, "No, I'm waiting for my parents to come." He told me, "If you're waiting for your parents to come, I can tell you, they're not coming back." I still felt good that my family is around, even though I didn't know where they at. Living as an orphan is not easy. Things I remember was the mornings when I woke up and I had to go rush to the sock box, because if you go, you'd be lucky to get socks without holes. Nothing was guaranteed. It was just another day for me. I remember one Christmas specific when I was about 10. It was special to me. A group of local church came to our orphanage. They told us that they brought us gifts that come from the United States. No one ever had done that before to us. It was first Christmas when I received a gift. No one ever had showed that kindness to me or to any of the orphans at the orphanage. In fact, this was the first gift I ever received. Living here, I can understand it might look or seem to be unbelievable, but it was the truth. This box, as I called a box of hope, it gave me a purpose. It showed me that there's still people who care about us, and that there's still goodness in the world. 2 more years, I was blessed receiving these gifts. However, there was still a lot of hardships that followed. When I was about 11, 3 other boys and we got in trouble with the director of the orphanage because we didn't do what they asked us to do. We would run away whenever they make us do something. We went to the neighbor's house to get apples because we were hungry. Director got angry and she got frustrated with us, so she sent us to the mental hospital. First, they didn't tell us where they're taking us. They just put us in the van and took us. We end up at this place, dark, shady, people that don't look normal, and then we got drugged. They worked with the orphanage. At the hospital there was more than half of the patients were from the orphanage. The treatments they gave us was worse than at the orphanage. They made us do all kinds of work that were assigned that they're supposed to do. They even made us to massage our legs. When people came to visit us or brought us treats, the hospital staff, they kept them unless we do what they asked us to do. We basically were their slaves. When we refused to do their work, they convinced the doctor that came just once a month to check us out. So they convinced the doctor to sedate us by telling him how violent we were. They gave us injections 4 times a day for about 2 weeks. It made us asleep. We were sleeping every day. We were like zombies. I and my 2 friends, we were there about 3 years, and then we got out of the orphanage. We were at the orphanage just a few months before we got in trouble again, and we got sent back to the mental hospital. This time we were there for 2 years. During that time, the orphanage got new director. During that time, she discovered that we were the role and started to looking for us. She found out that the orphanage was getting paid for us being on their books, and at the same time, the mental hospital get paid because we were there as a patient. Being an honest woman, she reported to her superiors about what's going on. As far as I am concerned, she saved my life. She saved my life and lives of my friends. When they found us, we had been out of school for 5 years. Our muscles were so weak from not using them that we could not walk no more. My learning was decreased. I had to learn how to speak, how to write. I should have been in 7th grade, but I was at 4th and 5th grade level. A friend at the mental hospital told me about a man who came and teach them about Jesus. That's how I learned about it. When I met Jesus at the terrible place, it was different. He became my best friend and my family, and somebody that I could trust, because I didn't have anybody to trust. In 2015, I was blessed to be found a host family, a mother, Amy Patterson, through a program called Project 143. In December of 2015, I felt something new, something that I never experienced, and it was love, a people who care. It was a family that felt like I belonged to them. She told me that when she saw me on Project 143 website, she felt something special. She told me that she leaned on her knees and prayed to God. After I visited this family, they decided to adopt me. However, I turned 16 and I was too old for international adoption, but she continued to bring me here to America. She flew to Latvia to come get me. I felt like it's beginning of new life, new experiences, and that I don't need to worry what's gonna happen. In August of 2016, she enrolled me in Eagle Ridge Christian School, where I was tutored by Miss Carwall, who was the principal at the school, for a half day every day the first year. Although my English was not good, she taught me how to write, how to read, and how to speak English. I made a great progress. In a week, I realized how far I had came. I finally was able to read and understand. I was so excited because I wanted to bless somebody else with a box that blessed me, a box of hope. Although that box took me back to a time that I didn't want to remember, it made me realize how steps had ordered by God. In my 3 years here in the United States, I was able to graduate from accredited American high school with 2.9 grade point average. Considering I only attended 7 out of normal 12 grades, I feel extremely fortunate, and now I have completed my first semester of college. As I look back at life in past, I see the work of God. I thank God, my family, my teachers, my school, and everyone that are part of my life and to helping me succeed. Lastly, I thank God who gave me hope in a form of brightly colored box.